Hello friends, I hope you all are doing good. Today I'm going to discuss about Windows Form. So let me show you what I will be doing today. Okay? So I have already made a Windows form. Let me show you what it will do. The form will look like this. Okay, and what it will do that if you will enter any path here, it will give you the details of all the folders on that path and all the files present at that path. For example, let me show you. I have made a folder here. Okay. This is the folder, and let us copy the path of this folder. I'm going to enter. Sorry, I'm going to enter, and now when I will click here, it will give me the details of all the folders. You can see the folders here. So here you can match the folders here in this path. So it has three folders. Okay, and here it is showing three folders. Let's see. These are this is the file, and here you can see all the files present. You can tally it. Okay, let me do this by this way. You can tally. Okay, so we are going to discuss that how we will be creating this form. Okay, and this form is not a simple form, which you will find most of the videos, online videos of just a simple form and there is one just click button. So this form is a detailed form where you can do almost everything. So I'm going to tell you that how to create these kind of forms. Okay, so PowerShell is very very rich because it is integrated with the .NET library. So it can take the library, or it can use the all the library files from the .NET. So it has got the capability to do whatever Windows can do. It has got the capability to do everything. So that's why Windows is very very rich and is very very vast. It has got everything. So it is beyond your understanding, I can say, and I'm not exaggerating, but it is like this only. So let's start. Okay, let's start to process let's start to build that form, and I will be building that form, and I will be showing after each and every step. I will be showing what will be the output of the form. Okay, so before that, let us load the um, you know assemblies which are present in your .NET library. Okay, so there will be basically two assemblies we will be adding. We will be using one assembly is system dot windows dot form. Sorry, forms. Okay, second assembly is assembly name system dot uh, drawing. Okay, so what this will be doing in this form, you can see that there were different text boxes, there were buttons, there were labels. Okay, there were uh, fields, different fields. So what it will do, this assembly, by using this assembly, what we will be doing, we will be designing form, buttons, and text fields, yeah, text boxes, and by using this we will be determining the position of the box, of the buttons, of the text boxes, and the size of them. Okay, so when we will proceed further, you will see what I really mean when I say these when I'm saying these words. Okay, so let's start by building the first form here. So let's start to create. I'm just adding a command so that it will be easy for us later on. So what we have to do is let me make a variable. And what we do when we call library, you cannot use it directly. to create things, to make form or to make anything, you have to first convert it into an object. So when you will convert those libraries into an object, then you will be able to access its properties and methods then only. So first of all, we are going to make it an object, and in order to make it an object, you have to use this command, let's new object. So we will be using uh, windows dot forms dot form. Okay, and there is a command called form dot show dialog. So what this will do, this command, if you will run this script, it will run and a form will be created. But this form will be created and it will be running, but you will not be able to see this form. Okay, so in order to see this form, if you want to see this form, then you have to use this at the last. At the last of each and every step, this should be present. Okay, then only we will be able to see things in a form. So let's see what we have achieved till now. You can see this is a form. Okay, but this is a form, but it is of no use to us. It is just a simple form, and it does not have any buttons or any controls or any fields to write. Okay, so now we will be we'll start making controls or creating text boxes or labeling it. Okay, so I'm going to let's add a label here. So I'm going to do, I'm going to add some headings here, so that user will be able to know that why what we are doing in this form. So to do that, we have a property called form dot sorry text is equal to console to list directories and files of sorry given path. Okay, and now I have to mention the location. Okay, sorry, the size. And for size, what we will doing, we will be, as I have already earlier told you, for size related things we will be using assembly system dot drawing dot size, and the size I will be giving is this. And I'm not going to tell that how we come up with these numbers are very simple. This is x, you can say this is on x axis, this is on y axis. So you can very little very you can very well, you can practice it and you will know that what coordinates you have to use. So because that is not something which is very difficult to, or it does not got any concepts. Okay, so you can very well, you can, when you will start working and when you will attain the mastery over creating forms, then you will be able to see. Okay, you will be able to tell this number. So let's see what has changed in the form. See, uh, um, this has got a title, console to list directories and file of given path, just like this, which what we have added here. Okay, now, and see, this thing is always last. Okay, otherwise you'll not be able to see. So this will be always at last. Now let us create a input box. Okay, so add an input box. So in order to add input box, let's create a variable first. Input box, and then again we have to use new object command let, and then since we are adding adding something on the form, so we will be using this object windows dot forms, and now here instead of form we will be using button. Okay, okay, no, not button. We are using we have to use text box. Button, for button we will discuss just later on. Okay, now since we have created an object, this object will now have properties and methods. So what we have to do is um, we have to give location. Okay, so that where this input box will be present in the form. So in order to do this we will be using this property, and again we will be using this new object, and since it is location related thing, then we will be using this library, and then using this web drawing dot size, and again we have to give the coordinates, which I will be I am going to give is 20, 50. Okay, now since you have given the location, then you will also have to specify the size. Okay, the size of the input box. Size will be again this new sorry, not object system dot drawing uh, dot size, and you have to give the x and y coordinates. That is, I'm going giving a 320. So let's see what has again changed in the form. Oh, nothing. It is not showing. Oh, it is not showing anything. This is because we have to use, we have created this thing. Okay, now we have not added into the form. So in order to add this thing on the form, or if you want to see this thing on the form, you have to use another command, another property, you can say controls, because it is a control. So you will be using this property controls, then this method add, and you have to mention this variable input box. Now you will be able to see, let's see, you can see this data box is created. This is actually called text box. Okay, this is a text box, and we will be using this box to enter path. Okay, to enter path, so that we will be able to find directories and files stored in that path. Now we have done this thing. Okay, now let us level. Let's put a level at the top of of the created text box or in our input box. Otherwise the user will never know, means how he will know that what he has to enter here. So I will be writing something here on the top. I will be giving a label to this input box, so that user does not face any difficulty in knowing that what is going on. Let me see whether my this thing is working or not. Yeah, so let's add a level. Okay, level to input box. Okay, so what you have to do is, let us name a variable called label, then again new object, then again since it is we are adding something in the form, so we will be using, okay, we will be making this object windows, then forms, and then label. Now what we have to do is, what will be the, we have to give the name, what will be the name of this level. So I will be giving it a name of type path here. Okay. Now you have to give the location where this level will be in the Windows form. Now since we have to give the location, okay, so we will be using again this new object. Since it is in location, then drawing, then size, and that will be, we are going to give it 2030. Now what will be the background of this level? Okay, level background, backer. So you can have opaque or any opaque and transparent. So it means you have these two options. So you can, I'm going to give it a transparent object. Okay, and now let's see, uh, you know um, and there is one more property, with the level, that is called auto size. Okay, auto size, why we are doing this auto size, what will be the advantage of doing this is that if you will make this property true, then if you will increase or decrease the size of the window or of the form, sorry, so what it will do is it will adjust this, adjust these lines as in accordance with the size of the form. So this is the advantage. Now since we have added this level, so one last thing remains is that we have to add this level into the form, and what is the method to add this level into the form is again this control box, then add method, and then you have to mention this variable here. Now we can, let's see what is the change again. Okay, so you can see here that this has appeared, the text, the, the text of the level. Okay, so now if anybody will see, then he or she can know that they have to enter data here. So what will be our next step? Our next step will be creating an outbox. Outbox, by outbox I mean to say that this is an input box. You will enter something here, and you will get output on a box, and that box is also a text box only. Okay? A box like this. So let's see what I mean when I will. You will just after I think 1 or 2 minutes you will know that what I really mean to say. So sorry. Let's create a output box. So again, what we have to do is I'm going to make a variable output box, sorry, output box, and since we are we are adding something in the form, then we will be using this object System.Windows dot, sorry, mm-hmm. What happened, dot forms dot text box. Now second thing is the location, that where this text box will be. Okay, so we will be giving it a location, output box dot location. This is the property, and since it is related to size, again we will be using this object System dot drawing dot size and the x and y coordinate. Okay, here it will be 10 150. Again, we have to give the size, to mention the size. Again, same thing, because it is related to size. So make it a thumb rule that whenever there will be something related to size and location, we'll be using this. We will be using this object. Okay. And now let us add this thing. Since we have everything now, so we have to add this output box in the form by using uh, this property controls and then this method add, and then entering this variable, output box variable. You can see here form is a text box is created, which is output box. Now as you can see that this output box is just a one line box, so if you will enter anything, the output will, you will be able to see just only one output here. So what we can do, we have an option with the output box, and that option, if you want to display multiple lines here, because it will display only one line, so if you want to display multiple lines here, so we have a property called output box dot multi-line is equal to true. Now now if you'll see, you can see that this box is like this. It is now big, so you will be able to see multiple line information in this box now. And sometimes it may happen that whatever be the data, means whatever output you get, it may cross the limit of this form, the size limit of this form. So in that case, you will not be able to see what is under the form, beyond the limit of this form. So in order to, we can also, what we can do is we can add a scroll bar here. Okay, so we have that option. So let's just add a scroll bar. So sorry, what is the command to add the scroll bar is um, output box dot scroll bars. Now you have to tell here that if you want vertical scroll bar or horizontal. So here we will be using vertical scroll bar. Okay, let's see. You can see scroll bar is added. Now there is no slider here, so slider will only appear when the size of the object will be beyond the size of this window, with the size of this form. Okay, now let's create buttons now. Since we have created this form here. Okay, so let's create two buttons here. So when we will click this one button, then the button will give details of the folders, and the other button, if you click that, this will give the details of the file. So how we are going to create button? Again, creating button. Because, so what I will be doing is I will be making a variable, and again we will be using this new object, since we are adding something into the window. So we'll be again using this form dot button. Now again, similar kind of thing, we have to give the location of this button, where it will be present. So in order to give the location, again the same thing, using same object, system.drawing dot size, and this one. So here I will be giving the location as 20, 90. Okay. Now the size of the button, again the same thing, system dot drawing dot size, and size will be 290. Now let's give it a text, means let us write something on the button so that user will know what button he has to click if you want to get any particular means if you want to get the details of the folder, or if you want to get the detail of the files, so he will be able to know that which button he has to press. So I will be adding a text to it. So I will be writing click here to get folder details. Okay, and now since we have created everything, then we have to add this. We want to say this button in the form, so again we will be using this form controls, then add, and then this variable here. Let's see, you can see here. Okay, the size is a bit longer. I think 2090. Yeah, 2090. I think let's make it 220. Okay, let's see what will be the size. Now it's the size is okay. Okay, so we have created one button. Okay, here let's create another button to get the file details. So we will be doing the same thing. We will be repeating the same thing. Okay, so I'm not going to repeat it again. I will copy this and just change the variable name. Sorry. And here I will be changing the location of the, I'm not changing the size of the button, but I'm changing the location to 250 90. Okay, size will be the same, and text will be click here to get file details. So let's see. So you can see here that two buttons are added. Now click here and you will not be able to see anything, that anything is going on. So the form we have created, but functionality is still not created. So what we have to do is that if you want to give functionality to these buttons, so in order to do that, what you can do, how you can do it, this is one of the most important part here. So there is one uh, method, you can say. So what we have to do is we have to use a method which is called as add underscore click, and then this bracket, and then this curly braces. So here we have to define, means if what you want to do when you click this button. So what you want to do when clicking this button, what functionality will be there, so you'll have to create a function for that. Okay, so let's create a function. Okay, and you have to give the name of that function here, and when after that when you will click, it will do same whatever function means whatever you have defined in the function. So let's create a function first. So I'm going at the top and now going to create a function called get folder details. Let us make it small. Get folders. So what I have to do is, this is, when you will click here, you can see that we have to enter something here, and this is our input box. Okay? So if I will enter here, okay, so enter any value here. So how this value will be read, by means how we can read this value is by using this input box, by using this variable input box. Sorry. Input box dot text. Okay, so whatever value will be here, it will be stored here. Okay, it will be means whatever value will be there, this value you can extract by using this property text. And let us store this value in a variable called input. Okay. Now there is a command called set location. Set location is, let me close it first. What set location will do is, it will give the the default path. It will change the default path to the path which we will be entering here. Okay, so whatever variable here, whatever path is stored here, the default path will change to that path. Now what we have to do, since we have everything now, we have we have the path. So what we will be doing is, we will use this get child item commandlet, which is used to get the details of all the folders and files stored in a particular path. So get child item, and I want only directories. Okay, I want only directories or folders to know. So I will be using this attribute directory, and then I want it to display as a string, the output to be displayed as a string. Now I'm storing all this thing in a variable called result. Okay, so whatever will be the output, it will be stored in this variable result. Now what we have to do is, now I want everything to be displayed, the output to be displayed here. So how it will be displayed? Again, since it is a text box, or you can say it is a text box, but it is our output box. So what I will be doing is output box dot text. So whatever output is stored here, how it will be displayed on that box? By using this property. Since it is a text box, so whatever text is here, that will be displayed here. Okay, so by using this property, I can assign everything uh, to the output box, and that will be displayed on the form. Okay. So I have created it. Okay, so let's check whether it is working or not. This is the form, and let me, okay, this is the folder where I have my folders. This is the path where I have different folders. So I'm going to enter sorry, let's see. Oh, sorry, what happened that I have created this function, but I have not mentioned that function here. You have to mention this function, you have to give the name of this function. So when you will click now, so it will execute that function which we created just above. So let's see. Oh, that's nice, right? I'm excited, and I know you are also excited to see it. Let's click this, and it will do nothing because we have not defined what it has to do. So we have to define, we have to create another function, a similar kind of function which will do the same kind of thing. So let us create another function which is called function get all files. Okay, again we have to use the same logic, there is nothing different. So let me, but there will be just a single thing, there will be just a single step difference. Okay, so I'm going to tell you, rest of all will be the same. Okay, this will be output. Okay, now what we have to do is here get child item will give you details of everything. Okay, so here what I want, I just want only files, not not directories. So I will be using an attribute called filter, and then I will be using star dot star. So this will give you the files, all kind of files, whether it is text file, PDF file, or anything. Or if you want to create another button or another functionality, so what you can do, suppose if you want to just only filter text files, so you can create a button and then create another function, and you can use .txt here, and then you can assign this get all files to that button, and it will give you the details of all the text files. So I created get all files function, and now I'm going to add this function to add this function here. Means I'm going to tell this button that if I click, then what you have to do is you have to execute this function get all files. Okay, so it does not matter what function you are putting in here. Okay, it depends on you what kind of function you can put, you want to put here, and it will execute. And not only function, you can mention any command also here. Okay, for example, get service. Okay, get service and then output out grid view. So then also it will give you the grid view, things in the grid. Let me show what I mean. So let us first see the proper working on this folder. Okay, sorry, this application, forms application. So I'm copying this. Okay, these are details of folders, and these are details of files, you can see. So I know you are very excited. You know, I'm also excited. Now you can see that the whatever the information was here, it has crossed the size of the form. So here you can see now automatically a slider has been added, and now you can see you can slide it up and down in order to see all the details, all the functions, sorry, all the details of all the files present. Now let me show you one more thing which I told you. Get process or get service, anything. Let's get service, then out grid view. Okay, now again, since this inside this curly bracket, whatever you will mention, and it will give you it will give you the same thing which you will mention here. So let's see, let me show you what I mean here. See, okay. So by doing this, by showing you this, I mean that you can add anything, anything here. Okay. So let us, revert back, and I'm going to add this get all files. Sorry. Get all files. Here it is. Again, I'm going to give the path name folders files. Okay. So, my friends, this was all about the Windows form which we have created, we have worked on, and I know that you all are very, very excited to make this form run or make this form yourself and add different functionalities here. Okay, and I know you will be trying, so you should try it. Okay, and if you really face any difficulty or anything, then you can tell me. I will try to help you. If I'll see your comments. So whatever help you want, you can mention in the comment box, so I'll be happy to help you. Okay, and if you really liked my video and want me to make more interesting videos like this, then please subscribe to my channel and give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends, with your colleagues. And thank you very much, because this little sharing of yours will give me motivation that I'm doing good work. So really, I will be motivated. And once again, thank you for giving the encouragement. And in my previous videos, I have seen that you have really these videos have really helped a lot of people, and I'm really very happy that I'm able to help different people. So thank you very much. Once again, thank you so much. If you want any help, then please, you are most welcome. You can mention this thing in comment, and if you want me to discuss any other topic in PowerShell, then please let me know, and I'll be happy to make a video on that. So thank you very much. Thank you so much. Subscribe to my channel. Thank you. Thank you so much.